Now we're heading into our living room. So I've always loved a shell mantle, and I knew when we were building this house that I wanted to do it in this home, but it took me a few years to collect all of these shells from our local beaches. So I finally collected all the shells that I was going to use, and I started this project in January, and I love how it turned out. Continuing on with the black and white that I have kind of throughout my home, I added some black grass cloth wallpaper to the back of these shelves, which really makes a lot of the accessories on the shelves pop. Most of the accessories have been thrifted, but I also have some really sentimental pieces like my dad's dog tag and some things that have been gifted to me over the years. The piano I found on Facebook Marketplace a few years ago, and I just loved it. It was basically free. I just had to pay for someone to ship it to get it here. And I recovered the bench with an old cowhide, and I just really love it. My daughter was taking lessons, and she's not doing that anymore, but I love a piano in a home. And then the art is just more shells. I'm a big shell lover and collector, and so I just kind of put this gallery wall together with more shells that I collected. Almost all of the furniture in our living room was purchased secondhand, except for this sofa. When we moved into our house, we actually were using a love seat, which was too small for the space, but something that one of my favorite designers said years ago, this is gonna age me, but Nate Berkus was on Oprah, and I was 20 something at the time, and he said he was talking about how he lived in his apartment without a sofa for a while until he found like the one, and he talked about how having a quality sofa was really important. And so anyhow, I knew I wanted a leopard print sofa, and it just took me a while to find the right one. I was hoping to find something secondhand that I could have recovered, but I ended up finding this sofa on the Inside, which is one of my favorite sources for upholstered furniture. And this was actually a gift to myself when I became an empty nester a year ago. I ordered this like right after my daughter moved away, not because I was waiting for them to move out, but more of just like something to ease my heart after my kids left the nest. So these chairs have been with us since we lived in our second house. And we actually got them free when an office building that my husband used to work at was closing, and they were getting rid of all of the office furniture, and we were able to take these chairs. So they're very special to us. They actually do need to eventually be recovered, but this is the original leather that they came in, and we have just loved these chairs for so many years now. They feel like a part of us. This chair is the other newer piece of furniture. We purchased this at West Elm a few years ago, and I love that it swivels all the way around. The back is covered in just a solid leather. But I am just a huge fan of a statement chair. I just love a graphic black and white or black and cream, and this chair is a favorite of mine. I love Lucite and glass, and I get questions about this coffee table all the time. I actually found it in a vintage shop for $75. It's funny, if you're a thrifter or you shop secondhand, you always remember how much things cost. I don't know why, but anyway, I have loved this table for many years. I've had it now for probably about 10 years, and it was a side table in our old home, and then I use it as a coffee table here in our current home, and I just absolutely love it because visually it kind of disappears and all the accessories get to stand out on this table. And I like to keep the styling pretty simple, so I'm big on books. I love having books everywhere. I love to collect matchbooks, and I always love to have a little fresh floral on my coffee table. I think lighting is one of the easiest ways to add your personal touch to a home. And I think sometimes for hard fixtures or like hardwired fixtures in a home, people kind of tend, if they know they're going to move, they tend to stay away from wanting to replace those, but they make such a huge impact and you can always take them down. So that's what I did with this fixture. It used to live in the office of our sixth house, and then when we were building this house, I knew I wanted to take it and bring it to be in the living room of our seventh home. This is actually one of the DIYs that is in my book, If These Walls Could Talk, and I just took leftover wallpaper from our dining space and wallpapered the fronts of this dresser. And I love in this large mirror that you get the reflection of the dining room, and it kind of like calls back to that wallpaper. So initially the ceiling was a black grass cloth wallpaper, and we had a minor leak around one of the vents. And so I ended up just painting over the wallpaper with this blue that ties in with the kitchen island and the pantry. And I love it even more than when it was the black grass cloth that I originally chose. So sometimes when mishaps happen, it ends up being better than what you originally planned. Typically, I like to add pattern with window treatments, but in this dining room, we back up to woods and there's just a lot of green. I didn't want to block that natural light or take away from that. So instead I added wallpaper, and I love the grass cloth stripe. This table was actually my desk in our previous home. It's a dining table, but I use it as a desk. And so I definitely am a big fan of using a table as a desk, because you never know when you might need to use it as a table one day. Anyway, it's burlwood, and I love burlwood furniture. It has a leaf extension so it can extend, but it's one of my favorite pieces in our home. And then the chairs, I wanted to mix it up. I love a little mix of chairs around a dining table. And so these are from the Inside, which is also the same company that I used for our sofa. And then these black chairs are from Restoration Hardware, and I recovered the cushions to kind of flow with the slipcover chairs. I've always loved a crystal chandelier, and I knew that that's what I wanted for our dining space. This is from Christorama. I found this old bookshelf on Facebook Marketplace, and I thought it would be perfect for this little spot. My husband collects vintage barware, and so it's just a fun way to display these pieces in our dining space. And then this is something that I've had framed for a long time. We actually got engaged at the Chinese restaurant where we had our first date, and he proposed with a fortune cookie. Now we're heading into our office, which also is our guest bedroom. So my big thing when we were building this house is that I didn't want to have any hardly used spaces. And I feel like for us, at least, our guest bedroom doesn't get used all that often. So one of the first things that we did when we were designing the house is we ordered this sofa from American Leather, which is the most comfortable sleeper sofa maybe on the planet. It is so comfortable. All of our guests love it, but it's really nice because when we don't have guests staying with us, this room operates as my husband's home office, and then it very easily transitions to a guest bedroom when we have overnight guests. This color is called Trad Street Green, and it's from the historic Charleston collection, which a lot of the colors in my home came from that collection, and I love this green, especially with the gold hardware. So we had all of this trim added to the walls because I wanted it to have an old feel, even though it's a new home, and the molding really kind of takes it to that. This desk is from Restoration Hardware, and I love the masculine vibe of the metal, and that's kind of, since it's my husband's office, that's kind of what we wanted in here. This is an old piece that belonged to my husband's grandparents, and we wanted to use it in this space, but I also wanted it to kind of disappear into the wall because the space is not that large. So I chose to paint it the same color as the walls. So it has its own moment, but it also feels kind of quiet. I scored this coffee table at Goodwill for $10. Do not sleep on Goodwill. You never know what treasures you are going to find. And then the zebra rug is from CB2. I knew I wanted a large piece over the sofa in here, and I've always loved an abstract collage, so I kind of decided to try my hand at making one myself. And then I also framed it out, and it's one of my favorite pieces, but it originally started out as just essentially being an experiment as a placeholder until I could find the piece. And now I love it so much that I've stopped looking for anything to replace it. Right off the office is this bathroom, which makes it really nice when we have guests, so they have their own private bathroom. And I wanted to keep the design in here pretty neutral since there's such a bold color of green, or there's so much color in the guest bedroom. So I opted to go with grass cloth on the walls, and because this is a bathroom that doesn't see a lot of usage in terms of steam from a shower, The grass cloth has been great in here, and I love the texture that it adds to a mostly pattern and texture-free space. The mirror was another Goodwill find, and I love it. I had a just basic builder mirror here before, and this really like upped the whole style of the bathroom, and it was like $5. And now we're head upstairs and I'll show you our library. I love this room so much. So my husband wanted a media room and I wanted a library, so we combined the two, and it is perfect for us. I knew I wanted this space to feel moody, and so I chose this really dark blue. It's Hunley from the same historic Charleston collection of paint colors, and I just love it so much paired with all of the other things that we have in the space. The majority of the books on this wall are books that belong to my husband's grandparents, so they're all really old and really special things that we've had for many, many years. And then moving over to this wall, this is a collection of some of my favorite books. I have my own kind of method for organizing my books, and these are my 5-star reads, and then I have some of my favorite nonfiction here. The books up there are all books, like classic books that I've been collecting for a while. And then these two shelves are my TBR, although I get distracted by the next new thing, and so they often just get shelved until I'll eventually get around to reading them. These are 4-star reads that I really love, but they're just not quite 5 stars for me. I definitely have my own way of organizing my books. This leather sofa we've had for many years. We purchased it when we were living in our third home, which was in Pittsburgh, and it was actually a floor sample from Restoration Hardware, and it has held up great. I will always love a brown leather sofa, especially in a moody space like a library. The library ladder I scored on Facebook Marketplace, and I had been on the hunt for one for a really long time, but it took me a few years to find one in my price range. But I knew, because there's a big door between the shelves in the space, that I didn't want to do like a traditional rolling ladder, and I wanted something that was kind of like standalone but also rolled. So this is awesome and works really well in this space. The books on this shelf, the other side of the pocket doors, this is basically my lending library. So these are all a mix of books that I either want to read or books that I've read that I don't mind if anyone takes and doesn't bring back. My husband is from Kentucky, and he's big into bourbon, in case you can't tell. And so I wanted to have this little moment up here, and I love the antique glass subway tile backsplash. And then I built these floating shelves and added this railing to kind of give it like an old feeling. This cash register belonged to my husband's grandfather, and it was in his lumber shop. The rug I scored at an estate sale a few years ago, and then the ceiling I covered in this metallic wallpaper that I just love. A lot of people come in here and think that it's hand painted, but it's just wallpaper.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to homeworthy.com for exclusive content, shopping guides, and so much more.